Learning to cook at home. Cooking at home is a great way to stay healthy and save money. Many people think cooking is hard, but it is actually quite simple. You only need a few basic tools and some fresh food. Most beginners start with breakfast. Eggs are a popular choice because they're cheap and fast to cook. You can boil them, fry them, or scramble them in a pan. Another easy meal is pasta. You just need to boil water, add the noodles, and wait for 10 minutes. Why cooking is good for you? When you cook your own meals, you know exactly what is inside your food. Restaurants often use too much salt or sugar. At home, you can choose to use fresh vegetables and less oil. This helps your body feel strong and gives you more energy for your day. Basic kitchen tools. You do not need a lot of expensive machines to start. Here are 3 things every new cook should have. A sharp knife. This helps you cut vegetables and meat safely. A large pan. You can use this for eggs, meat, and even vegetables. A pot. This is necessary for boiling water to make pasta, rice, or soup. Choosing fresh ingredients. To make good food, you need to find good ingredients. When you go to the grocery store, start in the section with fruits and vegetables. These are called produce. Look for vegetables that have bright colors and feel firm when you touch them. If a vegetable is soft or has dark spots, it might be old. Fresh food always tastes better and has more vitamins. Keeping your kitchen clean. Safety is the most important part of cooking. You must always wash your hands with soap before you touch any food. This keeps germs away from your meal. It is also important to wash your tools after you use them. If you cut raw meat on a board, you must wash that board very well before you cut vegetables on it. This keeps your kitchen safe and your body healthy. Helpful cooking words. When you read a recipe, you will see special words. Here are some simple ones to learn. Chop. This means to cut food into small pieces with a knife. Boil. This means to heat water until it bubbles very fast. Fry. This means to cook food in a pan with a little bit of oil or butter. Stir. This means to move a spoon around in your food so it does not burn. Shopping for food on a budget. Buying food does not have to be expensive. If you plan your meals, you can save a lot of money. Before you go to the store, look at what you already have in your kitchen. Then, write a list of the things you need. This helps you avoid buying extra food that you might throw away later. Buying staple foods is a great way to save. Staple foods are items that last a long time and are very cheap. Common staple foods. Rice. You could buy a large bag for a low price. It fills your stomach and goes well with any vegetable. Beans. These are full of protein and are much cheaper than meat. Oats. A big container of oats can give you a healthy breakfast for many weeks. Frozen vegetables. These are often cheaper than fresh vegetables, and they stay good in your freezer for months. Understanding food labels. When you shop, look at the price tags on the shelves. Many stores show the price for each gram or ounce. This helps you see which box is actually the best deal. Sometimes, a bigger box looks like a better choice, but the smaller box might be cheaper for the amount of food you get. Always check the labels to make sure you are spending your money wisely. Cooking in big batches. Another secret to saving money and time is batch cooking. This means you cook a large amount of food at one time, like a big pot of soup or a large tray of rice. You can eat some for dinner and put the rest in small containers. You can put these containers in the fridge for lunch the next day or in the freezer for next week. This stops you from buying expensive fast food when you're tired or busy. Making food taste great with spices. You do not need to be a professional chef to make your food taste delicious. Most of the flavor in cooking comes from spices and herbs. These are parts of plants that have a strong smell and taste. Using spices is better than using too much salt. Salt can be bad for your heart, but most spices are very healthy for your body. Common spices for beginners. If you're just starting, you only need a few basic jars in your kitchen. Here are some easy ones to use. Black pepper. This adds a little bit of heat to your food. It is great on eggs, meat, and vegetables. Garlic powder. This smells very strong and tastes savory. Many people use it in every meal they cook. Cinnamon. This is a sweet spice. You can put it in your morning oats or on a piece of fruit. Dried oregano. This is a green herb. It is the main smell you notice on a pizza or in pasta sauce. How to use spices correctly. When you use spices, start with a small amount. You can always add more later, but you cannot take them out once they are in the pot. Out of the start, spices like garlic and onion should go in the pan first with a little oil. This helps the flavor come out. Add at the end. Fresh herbs like parsley or cilantro should be added right before you eat so they stay bright and green. Smell your spices. If a spice does not smell like anything when you open the jar, it is probably too old. Fresh spices have a very strong scent. Organizing your kitchen for fast cooking. A clean and organized kitchen makes cooking much easier. When you know where everything is, you do not waste time looking for a spoon or a lid. This helps you stay calm while you prepare your food. The best way to organize is to keep the things you use every day in easy reach. This is often called the work triangle method. The work triangle. Most kitchens have 3 main areas. If you keep these areas clear, you can move faster. The sink. This is where you wash your vegetables and your hands. The stove. This is where you cook the food with heat. The fridge. This is where you keep your fresh ingredients. Try to keep the space between these 3 points empty. Do not put big boxes or trash cans in the way. Organizing your cabinets. You can group your items together so they are easy to find. Here are some simple tips. Keep spices near the stove. You will use them while you're cooking, so they should be close by. Put heavy pots at the bottom. It is safer to lift a heavy pot from a low shelf than from a high one. Use clear containers. If you put your rice or pasta in clear jars, you can see exactly how much you have left. You will know when it is time to go to the store again. Cleaning as you go. The best cooks do not have a big mess at the end of the meal. They clean as they go. This means while your pasta is boiling for 10 minutes, you can wash the knife and the cutting board you just used. By the time your food is ready to eat, your kitchen is already mostly clean. This makes the meal taste even better because you do not have to worry about washing dishes later. Setting up a prep station. Before you turn on the heat, prepare everything. This is a professional trick. Chop all your vegetables first. Measure your spices into a small bowl. Clear your counter so you have space to work. When everything is ready in front of you, cooking feels like a fun activity instead of a difficult job. Storing your leftovers safely. After you finish cooking a big meal, you often have extra food. These are called leftovers. If you store them correctly, they could be a delicious lunch for the next day. This saves you time because you do not have to cook again. The most important thing is to keep your food at the right temperature. Bacteria love warm food, so you must cool it down quickly. The 2-hour rule. You should never leave cooked food on your kitchen counter for more than 2 hours. If the kitchen is very warm, you should put the food away even faster. Once the steam stops rising from the food, it is ready to go into the fridge. Putting very hot food in the fridge can warm up the other food inside, so wait just a few minutes until it is not steaming. Choosing the right containers. To keep your leftovers fresh and tasty, you need to use the right tools. Airtight lids. These are lids that do not let any air inside. They keep the food from drying out and stop smells from spreading in your fridge. Glass or plastic. Glass containers are great because you can put them in the microwave to heat your food safely. Small portions. If you have a huge pot of soup, move it into several small containers. Smaller amounts of food cool down much faster than one big pot. How long does food last? Different foods stay fresh for different amounts of time. Here is a simple guide for your fridge. Cooked meat 3 to 4 days. Rice and pasta 2 days. Vegetable soup 4 days. Fresh salad 1 to 2 days. If you think you will not eat the food in a few days, you can put it in the freezer. Frozen food can stay good for many months. Reheating your meals. When you are ready to eat your leftovers, make sure they are very hot. If you use a microwave, stir the food halfway through the heating time. This makes sure there are no cold spots where germs might live. Only reheat your food one time. If you heat it and then put it back in the fridge again, the flavor and safety will not be as good.